Hey guys, it's Dom and welcome back to my channel. So I'm a little bit late on getting a video out to you guys for last week. I spent a lot of time doing some editing for the video that I wanted to get out last week, which was a what I spend in a week in quarantine type video. But it's just taking me some time to edit that. So I thought instead I would do a quick mid-month update on how my July budget is going. So if you guys see me looking down, that's because I have like my July budget right here. And I actually think that I'm going to start doing this video like on a monthly basis because I think it's really good to kind of have like a mid-month check-in just to keep me accountable and stuff and keeping on the right track throughout the month. So I will talk about what income I have made this month so far, what expenses have been taken out and what those numbers are, and then also like my savings goals and where I'm at with those. And so let's start with income. I know I said that I would start sharing my income in my next video, but I didn't know I was gonna make this video. So we'll just start with this video. So July is a three paycheck month for me. So I have already, today is the 20th, I think. I've already gotten 2 of my paychecks. So my income this month so far has been $5,400 and $5,420.40. And I am expecting another paycheck for the month. So I can't do math right now, but that paycheck will be, it should be like $2,700. So whatever that math is what my income should be for the whole month. So far, because it's a 3 paycheck month, I've been able to use the first 2 paychecks to go towards my savings goals. So let's actually start with savings goals for the month. So with the first paycheck of the month, which was on the 3rd, I was able to put that entire paycheck towards my my Roth, my 2019 Roth, and I was able to max out my contributions for that. So yay, that's like really great. I have been kind of like scrambling to max those contributions out before the tax deadline, which I'm really grateful. I'm not grateful for this pandemic at all, but I guess I'm grateful that the tax deadline got pushed to July 15th instead of April 15th. Because if the tax deadline was just April 15th, I would have only contributed like $200 to my 2019 Roth. But because it got pushed back due to the pandemic, I was able to put money towards that and max it out. So that's where my first paycheck went to. And so yeah, I can like cross that out as like a goal that was met. My second paycheck, which was last Friday, that went completely into my emergency fund, which is great. I have not met my goal for my emergency fund for the month yet, just because I'm basically there. But so for each paycheck, I have 90% that goes to my checking account, and then I have 10% that goes to my emergency fund, basically my Ally savings account. And so I'm still just waiting on my last paycheck so that 10% will go into the Ally savings account, and then that will have me meet my goal for the month. So I'm basically there. I'm just waiting, for the next paycheck. So that's great too. I feel really good that I'm on track with that and things are good. I mean, I guess the month isn't over yet and I could have to like pull from my account or something, but fingers crossed that doesn't happen. Okay, cool. So we have covered all that. Let's get into the expenses. So first expense is rent, and also just to give you guys a little bit of insight on my expenses, I basically have had all of my expenses taken out of my account so far. I know it's not the end of the month yet, but like 2 months ago, I went through basically all of my bills and changed my due date to be like closer to the first of the month. I felt like I would like it a lot better if all my bills were just taken care of like as soon as the month started. I wasn't able to change like all of them to be like exactly on the same date, but pretty much all of my expenses, so like electricity, rent, all that kind of stuff, it hits within the first 2 weeks of the month. So basically I'm gonna go through this list, and I pretty much have the amount for each of my bills, so that's cool. So for rent, I budgeted $1,465, $1,465, and my rent includes trash, it includes water, and water, you know, fluctuates, so the amount that actually gets taken out for my rent each month varies. So it was actually $1,438 got taken out from my account, $1,438.83 actually. So I was a little bit low on that, so that's good. Under. Electricity, however, I was way over on that. I budgeted $90 for my electricity, but my bill ended up being $100.94. And I mentioned this in my last video, like my June recap or June results, budget results video. But for the month of June, my boyfriend came from the East Coast and stayed with me for the entire month. And typically I don't keep my AC on. I make do with the fans that are in my apartment. Same for like the winter. I don't really turn the heat on that much unless it's like freezing, and unless it's like, you know, super hot, I'll turn the AC on. But for the month of June, because my boyfriend was staying with me, and you know, he's not used to the heat that Austin gets, and I didn't want him to be uncomfortable while I was staying here, so I was definitely a lot more liberal with keeping the AC turned on, and I definitely paid for that. So usually I budget $90 for my electricity, but historically my electricity bill is usually like around $60, maybe like less than that. Maybe it's usually always like below 70, so like 90 is always, I always have money left over. But yeah, this month, paying for last month's electricity, I was definitely over. So with my internet, I budgeted $63.08, which is what it usually is, but for some reason, this month I only had to pay $60.32, so I'll take it. Washer and dryer, for those of you who don't know, my apartment complex does not include a washer and dryer, so I either had to buy them or rent them for this company that they partner with, and so I decided to rent, and that is usually $42.21, and that's how much it was this month. Also too, all of my expenses going forward are basically the amount that I budgeted for, because they don't usually change. So the next one was my auto and rental insurance. Those are bundled together with USAA, and I budgeted $89.77 for that, and that's how much got taken out. The next one is Netflix, which for some reason, I think this is a typo, but I accidentally wrote $14.05 for what I budgeted, which is, that had to have been a mistake on my part, because the bill is always $14.06, and that's how much got taken out. My next bill is a subscription to a karaoke app that I really love called Smule. I've been a part of the Smule community for like years, like since I was in college, and that is $21.64 a month. I'm actually thinking about changing that soon, either next month or the month after, and just paying $100 for the annual subscription, because like I said, right now I'm doing the monthly subscription, which is $19.99, which plus tax comes out to be $21.64, but it would just be cheaper if I did the annual, because I know that I'm going to be subscribed to Smule for the foreseeable future. I've already been subscribed for years, so I'm sure I will be on it for at least the next year. So I think that's going to be a lot better. I would save money just doing $99 rather than the $21.64 a month. Really funny fact, last year is when I got really on top of my expenses and like keeping track of my bills and stuff, and I noticed that for Smule I was actually on the weekly subscription, so I was paying $7.99, which came out to be $8 something each week. to be on Smule. And that was a subscription that I've been on since I started doing Smule like 3 years ago, like more than 3 years ago. So that was just mind-blowing to me last year when I was trying to get my finances together, that I had been paying essentially $8 a week. So what is that, 8 times 4? Is that 32? 32, I think. Don't hold me to that. I think it's 32. But I was basically paying that much a month when I could have just been paying the monthly subscription, which was $21. And now that I'm paying the monthly subscription, I might as well just pay the annual, which is $99. So that pains me to think of how much money I was wasting for years on this app by just not doing the monthly subscription. But yeah, you live and learn, right? Next is my Apple storage, which I get charged each month, which is $99. Oh my God, $99. It's 99 cents. So yeah, I budgeted 99 cents and that's how much came out. And then the rest of my expenses are just like my variable expenses, which I guess I won't get into because those are still like in progress. So those amounts will be shown when I do my July results video, and which actually should be next, well, no. Is it gonna be? It's not gonna be next week. Next week, I'm gonna be starting my August budget because I get my last paycheck next week. But I won't close out my July budget until like the first week of August. So, but what I will do actually is I can go over a little bit. So this is where I keep like my big budget for the month. This is where I track my expenses, like all of my variable expenses. So this is what this book looks like. I don't know if it's... So I have all of my variable expenses on the left, which is grocery, my household budget, gas, pet, personal allowance, and unbudgeted. And I just keep a running total of like what I have left and stuff. So I'll give you guys like a quick overview. I won't go into each transaction, but so for example, for unbudgeted, I'm actually really over my unbudgeted amount, which I budget $0 for that. I don't usually expect unbudgeted expenses at the beginning of the month, but you know, they come. And so I am over that by $231.71. That really sucks, but I will say that most of the expenses in this category are things that needed to be done. For example, I started doing therapy this month, which I didn't account for when I was doing my budget, my July budget, or else I would have like had that as a line item. So that those co-pays, which I've basically been going each week, so it's been $15 each week. So that's gonna be like $60 in unbudgeted expenses by the end of the month. I got a random call this morning. I guess it wasn't random, but I had like something that was about to go to collections. It was for a garment that I was supposed to have when I had a surgery about 2 years ago. It was a garment that I never received, but I got billed for it back then, and I don't even remember getting any like, I don't know, any type of mail that I owed this amount for this garment, but it was $45. I just went ahead and paid it. So there's that. Let's see, what else? What else? Yeah, my dog had to go to the vet, and so that was $82. So those are some of the unbudgeted expenses. So like for my allowance, which is where I like usually do stuff like eating out and things like that, I am over that budget by $41.22. I went and ate sushi twice when my budget was already like really low, and then I had sushi like twice on top of that, so that's why that is in the negative. I have $44.84 left of my grocery budget, which is fine. This Friday is the last time that I need to get groceries for this month anyways. So yeah, usually $45 to $50 gets me through a week of groceries. So that's cool. My household budget, I have $15 left of that. My personal budget, which is stuff where I like buy like lotions or I don't know, feminine hygiene products, stuff like that. I have $25 left of that. Let's see what else. Soja's fund has $20.51 left. And then what else do we have? I think that's actually about it. I actually don't see any entries for gas, and that's because I haven't bought gas this week, or this month. I'm not driving anywhere. I work from home remotely right now due to the pandemic, so that's probably gonna stay 25, but yeah, that's basically where my variable expenses are at right now. And you'll get a better idea of like where those end up at when I do my results video. So I think that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and leave a like, comment if there's anything you need more clarification on, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.